So one question that I was thinking about that we could start off with,
Am I under the question gun?
the question gun,
Okay.
is when someone is looking to go live, how long would you say you need to stay simulated?
Well, each question has questions before the question, right? So even to the point of someone thinking they're going live, that means they've already covered all the stuff that needs to be uncovered and exposed in their mind that they think they're ready to go trade live. And that means they're ready to risk their little bit of money that they probably have. They're ready to go lose it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to start there, meaning that person's already done all this training time. They've spent in the hours exploring the how-tos, the whys, all that stuff. Are you kind of suggesting that someone's there? They've already done all of that. That means they've already watched. The worst thing they can do is watch YouTube videos, okay, and try to piece things together.
Yeah.
By the way, do you know the statistics of how many people don't make it in trading who try to trade?
80%?
80% do make it or don't make it?
Don't make it.
Okay, so for years and years and years, all the types of people, smart people, not so smart, 80%, 8 out of 10 people don't make it. Okay, so maybe that'd be a good place to start the question. If we're really playing with only 2 out of 10 make it, then are we talking about those 2 who are probably going to make it? Or are we talking about the 8 out of 10 who think they're ready to go trade live, but they're still in the qualified 8 out of 10 who aren't going to make it? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So which one are we trying to address? The people who are in the 80% camp, and keep this in mind. There's a bunch of people who thought they were ready to go trade live. For some reason, they were thinking they would be in the 1 or 2, but they're still clearly in the 80%. 8 out of 10 don't make it. That means they tried to do it. They went to do what your question was. Let me go trade live, and they blew it.
Yeah.
So why is that?
Why is that?
Good question. It's because the way it's all designed, okay? Keep in mind, the market is this game, or whatever you want to call it, that has this untold amounts of money that you can receive. But you have to do the thing correctly. And what does a trader do? What are the 2 actions a trader's doing?
Buying or selling?
That's all everybody's doing. Picture all the hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, all they're doing is hitting the buy button or the sell button. That's it. Buy button or sell button. The problem comes into how or what am I using to interpret my mind's eye for me to say, now's the time to hit the buy, now's the time to hit the sell. So you want to learn to trade, and you want to come up with the answers to that. When to hit the buy, when to hit the sell. So what do? What does everyone do nowadays? They run to YouTube. Go to YouTube and digest hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of all the different pieces or how-tos. Okay? So would you think that there's plenty of knowledge out there, plenty of information about trading out there?
Yeah.
So much so. Most people who've been around a little bit will say that, oh yeah, I've deep dived, I've watched hundreds of videos. So right there, I'll tell you this. As a person who's been trading for 20, how old are you?
20, almost 28.
28 years. I've been trading for 28 years successfully, meaning I've been able to support the family and do whatever. My primary income is trading. I found out that information, YouTube videos, would be on the top of my list. Do not watch YouTube videos. Now, the other day I said that to a guy, and he goes, well, I happened to be watching someone's YouTube video, and they mentioned me, and that's how I found me. I said, well, good, that's awesome that you found me. But how many hours of YouTube videos have you watched before you happen to have heard about me in this case? So his mind probably has already been polluted to the max, toxic. Okay, he knows so much stuff. So if I were to meet someone brand new and they say, I want to get into trading, and of course, it kind of, that back to your question, I hadn't forgotten your question. People want to trade live. That's one of the top things. People come into trading and they want to get to live mode really quick. You know who thinks that way?
The 80%?
The 8 out of 10 losers, the ones who don't make it. Okay? So just me, the way I approach it is, if you're going to make this trading thing, meaning you want to try to get rich quick, I don't know if you can do that. If you want to make it an income that you can support yourself for the rest of your life, not having a job, boss, or any of that stuff, if you'll slow down, Tiger, okay, and realize it's going to be a major exploration in what's going on in my mind. That's where it's at. It's not what you know out there. It's not what's happening out there. It's how your mind's eye is seeing it. So if I can get people to say, listen, making the money, you simply don't qualify. Okay? You have to be willing, and I don't even know, when I meet someone right up front, I don't even know all the problems that they're bringing to it. Do you have problems? Okay, but you're a normal person, I know you, so you don't have too many problems. But some people have lots of problems. But take someone who's normal, okay, like you, like maybe me, we're normal. But I have little uniquenesses to the way my mind sees things. And it's almost like there's a fear of something. Do you have a fear of something? Well, in the financial world, you have these unknown fears. You might not even know what they are yet. And so what happens is you have this fear of being wrong. How about you? Would you have a fear of being wrong? Okay. Would you have a fear of missing out on opportunity or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you have a fear of giving back something that you've already received?
Yeah.
Losing from that aspect, okay? And or just being identified as somebody who's wrong. You made a decision and it's wrong.
A loser.
A loser
Yeah.
type, okay? So we have these different dimensions of those things called fears. Those things. And then you have things where you tend to want to be rambunctious, or you want something somebody else has, maybe. For example, why do people even come to trade?
They want to make money.
Why? Why do they want to make money?
They want to be rich. They
Or
want nice
rich
things.
or nice things, right?
Yeah.
So that sounds kind of, on the one hand, like, ooh, yuck. But on the other hand, maybe that's normal. I want to better myself. Okay, so, but that whole dimension needs to be clearly identified. What's moving you that way? For example, I really don't want to trade. Now, I've been doing it 26 years. So you think, well, you don't really want to do it? I do it because of this. I still need new, fresh income every month. I've realized as a human that there's expenses. I need food, I need shelter, my truck, I like to go on trips, things I like to do to maneuver. And a big thing is I don't want anybody telling me what to do. I don't want someone else deciding my future. I found out to solve all those things, my tires I need, the food I need, shelter, someone not telling me what to do, all that can be packaged up if I have enough cash. If I have enough cash, wow, I don't have to do or worry about any of those things. So I come to trading like everybody else to make more money. Those are my reasons why I trade. Why do you want to trade?
I would say similar
Okay.
things. We need money to function.
Yeah.
Trips. I would like my husband not to have to go to work for someone,
Okay.
so that we can stay home together.
Take
Yeah.
trips together, go whenever you want to go. It just makes sense.
Have the flexibility.
You'd
I
like to
guess.
be flexible to do what you'd like to do.
Yeah.
Are you a rich kind of type person? You want to be rich?
Not
whatever.
like, not, I would say like not in the way that people think that. Like not the cars, that kind of stuff doesn't really appeal to me. It's more the trips, the staying home, the, you know, when I say staying home with
Yeah,
kids,
sure.
that kind of stuff, not having to go out and work kind of
okay.
thing.
Okay. Like, fortunately, you've been able to see how we live.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, that's why we trade. So the thing about trading is it's that simple. I push a buy button, I push a sell button. That's all I've done. I push a buy button, I push a sell button. It's how do I interpret it? Where does it come in? What am I looking at? What am I listening to get my brain to do those two things? Okay. That's where the problem comes in. And you'd think it'd be that simple, but it's not. So anyway, I really didn't address your question. Someone wants to go live. What do you think about that, or however the question was? Is because I think if someone's going to come to trade, they have to be willing to decide, I need to rewrite and reestablish my thinking. Okay? I'm going to go trade for my reasons. Get clear on your reasons why you want to trade. All right? And when I started, it was a few $100 a day. If I could make a few $100 a day, when I started trading, maybe I was making $1,000 or $1,500 a month, something like that. Not a big money, 20, 30 years ago. Okay? But so it was just add on to my income. And then when I realized, oh, this is what can happen, it totally changed. All right? So if you can get to someone, to that understanding why they want to trade, and then realize what's got to happen to get me there. I have to kind of like pull out my file system of how I think about money. Do you know what ROI stands for? Return on investment. Okay, or interest rates. You know what that would be? What's your interest rate you're getting paid on some money at the bank? Do you like to save?
Yeah.
Are you a saver?
I would say I do save.
How about coupons? Are you a
No,
coupon
no.
snipper?
No.
Okay. Anything wrong with snipping coupons? Okay. So, but there's a different hierarchy of thinking about different things. One would be, you know what inflation is? How things go up in price? Well, one idea would be, I'm a saver to get ready for the bad days, or whatever they call that. Okay?
Your emergency fund.
Emergency fund, stuff like that, which is good. All these things are good. It's just that you could weigh out what might be better and work out. So in my case, I used to think about saving. I used to think about having a savings account at my bank. And I used to pay attention and think about the interest rate they were giving me, things like that. Until I learned to think differently, now I hardly ever think about that. My idea now is, why not just go ahead and put the energy that I'd put into clipping out coupons and the time and all that stuff involved and savings and doing that, okay? Am I going to go down to the store that has the gas is a couple pennies cheaper right down there, or I could drive there? All that saving kind of stuff versus I put that energy into just how to generate more income. And I found that to be much more fruitful. Okay, so that's just the way I think. So in changing the way I think about everything allows me to trade effectively. And the reason I trade is because, I said it earlier, did you pick up on why I trade?
Because you need cash.
I need new cash.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend X amount of money this month. It's just going to happen, okay? Whether I want to or not, I'm going to spend some money, necessities. So I trade because I need that new cash coming in. So once I started thinking about it, okay, how much cash can I receive? And I seen this trading can have crazy amounts of cash. And then I started realizing about how to convert it down to minimal time. On your phone, you have an iPhone? You notice there's an app called Screen Time on there?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what that's for?
To track your time.
Tells you what you do. You know, it's really, if we all wanted to get honest with each other, we could say, pull out your phones, let's see your screen time, and you could see what everybody spends their time on. Okay, the number one thing I spend time on my phone is my brokerage account. Isn't that interesting? That's the number one thing every week, because 100% of my trading is on my phone. I'm never in front of a computer. When someone's learning, they need to be in front of a computer. When they know what to do, totally on the phone. But I invest time, is what it requires, an average of 10 hours a week. I don't know if you knew that. I spend about 2 hours a day is what it averages out. Some days an hour, some days more than 2, but it averages 5 days, really 6 days a week. Some Sunday night is 10 hours a week. How's that?
Pretty good.
It's pretty awesome. 100% of my trades on my phone. I'm never in front of a computer doing trading or any of that stuff. It's all on my phone, and it's within 10 hours. So when I found out, oh, you can have this kind of scale of income and minimal time, that just fits right into my thinking.
Yeah.
Okay? So back to your question. Someone wants to go trade live. There's so many things that have to be proven before you get to go live. Okay? Do you know all the shocky things can happen? Do you know what's going to happen? Do you know how you're going to respond? Because you come into trading, most people only have a limited amount of money. And you miss it a couple, 2, 3, 4 times, 5 times, your money's gone.
Right.
Now you're back to, I can't play the game, right?
Yeah.
So I would say prove it before you even ask that question.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't really quite
Prove it.
answer that
Yeah,
question.
that's okay.
But it's because you can see I'm very, don't even get there.
Yeah,
You're
not there
You're
yet.
asking a question from the 80%.
Yeah.
That's the point, right?